Jikook be like, whisper, 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 whisper. And so in order to cope, trash cookers be like, Yunmin in matching outfits is sending me so bad. Why is Jungkook that willing right now? Meanwhile, we got that couple body language happening over there because this is how the clips that we got anyway, because we don't see the whole thing, but majority of the clips that we got of Yuminkook was Jimin like facing Jungkook like this, Jungkook facing Jimin like this, and we all know what the body always faces like the person of interest, and Jimin was like almost all the way this way. Yeah, of course sometimes he was like this, but he kept going, you know, ending up this way, like facing JK. There was just like talking and laughing all the time and joking and things like that. And it's just like I mean, it was like someone said Tay that really Namseok, Jungkook that really Newmin. All this is a means of coping because not only did Jikook arrive together, but they left together. Like Satellite Dion, my guy, could not leave until Jimin was done taking a photo. He stood there and waited for Bae so they could leave together. And this is why trash cookers are coping so freaking bad. I mean, right? 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 And this is like, we also Jikook arrived in Seoul the day before. So they were in the country when V and RM and J-Hope went to Jin's concert the day before. Jikook were in the country. We all saw this. And yet, JK did not join V when he went. But here he is, showing up with Jimin in the same car, living again in the same car. And that is why they are trying to cope by saying, oh, you mean matching, or, you know, that willing, JK, that willing Yunmin. Like, and we all know what has been going on with the fan service talk. There's this post by a Cookmin supporter on Tumblr, and I just want to go through it here with you guys because, like, real talk, Jikuka to Jikuka, I just wanna, like, there has been nothing on Twitter apart from the fan service talk. Like, it's just all about how Jikuka fan service. And we know it's not just coming from trash cookers. It comes also from JK solos. I've even seen Jin Cooker say it. At this point, I believe every other JK ship is surviving out of the fact that, you know, Jikook are fan service. And I get trying to cope. And I get trying to explain why your ship is not shipping. I get that. But it's just, at the core of it, when you really think about it, this shit don't make sense, bruh. It don't make sense. And I agree with what a Cookmin supporter said. She's like, I genuinely don't get this whole fan service narrative. Like, have we all been watching the same thing lately? From what's been going on this past few days, it honestly feels like Jikook is one of the most hated pairings on social media right now. The general fandom doesn't seem to enjoy seeing them together, not even a little. People have been absolutely vile towards Jimin, and now they turned on Jungkook too, openly hating on both of them. So seriously, who exactly are they meant to be serving? Because let's be real here, Jikookers are clearly the minority when it comes to online presence. If they're doing this for fans, that is certainly not for us, because we are outnumbered, overshadowed, and frankly ignored most of the time. And even if by some miracle it is for us, are we really meant to believe that facing this level of public backlash and constant toxicity is somehow worth it? Is that really all they get in return for serving us? Would putting themselves through this storm of hatred be worth it just for a bit of fan service? I honestly don't think so. So maybe, and hear me out, it's not fan service. Perhaps these moments between them are real. Maybe the trips, the interactions, the time they spend together. Maybe it's just because they want to. Maybe they actually enjoy each other's company, and traveling together is simply something they choose for themselves. Not everything has to be scripted. Not every moment has to be for us. Sometimes two people might just be close because they genuinely care about each other, and perhaps that's what's really happening here. Not some fun directed performance, but a real connection that just keeps showing itself whether people like it or not. That sentiment is like so perfectly articulated. Because at the end of the day, this fan service narrative does not make sense. Because it's not even about Are You Sure? It's not even about Jikooking. Like, think about Run BTS, think about Bon Voyage, think about In the Soup. If Are You Sure was fan service, then so should In the Soup. So should Bon Voyage. All these BTS reality shows that we get, then they're all fan service. Ranjin is fan service. Like, are you trying to say that there's no point and time that members were real, were themselves? And you know, all this is horse shit because when it's two other members, they are celebrated. When it's two other members, it's not a problem. In fact, after Are You Sure dropped, then Jin was released and J-Hope not long after. People were like, oh, now we want Are You Sure season 2 with Jin and J-Hope. And we the cookers had to go after armies because that was rubbish. Why do Jin and J-Hope have to do Are You Sure? That's a Jikook thing. It's their show. They said it a million freaking times. It's their show. Why can't Jin and J-Hope come up with a different thing? Always trying, if they're not denying Jikook and their closeness, they're trying to OT7-fy. They're trying to make it a group thing, even though it's a Jikook thing. It's annoying. I know, like, it's a little bit frustrating because these two men, like, they're so genuine. And yes, they like spending time together, but they also like entertaining us and they give it their all. And only to come and realize that the 3/4 of the fandom don't want none of it. Like, okay, fine, maybe not. Like, let's be real. There's people who like are not on Twitter. There's the general public who only come, they watch the content, and they go about their lives. They don't go on Twitter to discuss like the moments and stuff like that. Like, obviously, Jikook are the two most popular members of BTS because numbers don't lie. So clearly more people love them. But the ones who are vocal on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok hate them. So let's say the population of armies who are active online hate them. So at the end of the day, fan service is just who is being serviced. Like, if Big Hit really wants to make fans happy, why Jikookers? We are clearly not even the majority. The majority don't want them. They don't want their content. They don't want to see these two together. So who is being fan serviced here? It's just, I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. And here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Jikook chapter 3 is gonna be like they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They are out here and they're gonna keep doing their thing, right? We don't know. They're gonna, I'm telling you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the beginning. This is just the first, this is just the first 20 days. This is just the first 20 days. More is coming. So it's either people accept it and like be like, okay, this is happening, or you're just gonna keep crying and getting mad because they ain't finna change. They're just gonna keep doing them and being them. And honestly, good for them. The fact that they don't care, good for them. I am very happy for them, honestly. Because this fan service thing is out of control now. It's been so normalized that nobody even is taking a second to think, does this make sense? Honestly.